After frying breakfast, the quickest cleanup option seems to be pouring the leftover hot oil right down the sink. Inside cooler plumbing, hot liquid rapidly solidifies, coating pipe walls in thick wax. Acting like flypaper, this layer catches food debris, shrinking the flow area. Eventually, the pipe completely closes off, causing water to back up and leading to extensive plumbing repairs. Tossing liquid oil straight into the kitchen trash isn't a safe alternative either. Liquid oil easily leaks through garbage bags and layers of waste, creating a mess that attracts pests and violates many local solid waste regulations. Handling leftover grease incorrectly leads straight to messy backups and property damage. This problem scales up once the grease leaves your property and enters the municipal sewer system, where it joins a category of waste known as FOG, fats, oils, and grease. Water utilities report that accumulated fats, oils, and greases cause up to 50% of sewer overflows. If that waste reaches natural waterways, the damage multiplies. A single gallon of cooking oil can contaminate up to 1,000 gallons of fresh water. The oil spreads out into a persistent film across the water's surface, creating a barrier that blocks oxygen from transferring into the water. This suffocates fish and other aquatic life. Proper disposal starts at the kitchen sink, acting as the primary defense for keeping community water systems flowing and natural ecosystems healthy. The very first step for any disposal method is to let the cooking oil cool completely to room temperature, or at least below 120 degrees Fahrenheit. Handling oil while it is still hot carries a high risk of severe burns, and pouring it directly into plastic containers can quickly warp or melt the material, causing dangerous spills. For households dealing with small amounts of grease, the safest way to prepare it for the trash is to turn it into a solid. You can do this by mixing the cooled oil with dry, household materials like unscented kitty litter, sawdust, or standard baking flour. Combine the liquid oil and your chosen absorbent in a 1-to-1 ratio. Stir it thoroughly until all the liquid is soaked up, leaving you with a solid, dry mass that is safe to throw away. Alternatively, you can pour the cooled oil into a designated freezer-safe container and leave it in the freezer until it hardens completely. Converting the liquid into a solid removes the risk of it leaking through garbage bags and ensures you comply with local sanitation rules. If the oil is clean and hasn't been overheated, reusing it is a highly effective way to reduce waste and lower your grocery bill. Once cooled, strain the oil through a coffee filter or fine mesh strainer to remove any leftover food particles. Store it in a sealed container in a cool, dark place to keep it from going rancid. This chart shows the strict limits for safe reuse. Oil used for plain vegetable frying can be safely reused 3 to 5 times, while oil used for battered foods should be discarded after 2 or 3 uses. You can also compost plant-based cooking oils like olive or canola oil, but you must limit it to very small amounts, no more than a cup per large compost pile. Do not add animal fats like bacon grease to your compost. They break down poorly, suffocate the necessary airflow in the pile, and attract unwanted pests to your yard. When managed carefully, your leftover cooking oil stops being a hazard and becomes a practical household resource. For large volumes of oil, like what you are left with after deep frying a holiday turkey, municipal drop-off recycling programs are the best destination. To use these facilities safely, pour the cooled oil back into its original plastic bottle or a clean, non-breakable milk carton and seal it tightly for transport. Specialized recycling centers collect this used cooking oil and process it, transforming the waste product into valuable, renewable biodiesel fuel. Restaurants and commercial kitchens generate these massive volumes of oil daily, so they operate under strict legal requirements for disposal. Commercial facilities install high-capacity grease interceptors. As wastewater flows through the system, the lighter oil separates from the water and floats to the top, trapping it before it can reach the city sewer. Combining rigorous commercial standards with active household recycling programs converts a major infrastructure liability into a dependable source of renewable energy. Following these steps keeps your kitchen clean, your plumbing draining freely, and your local waterways completely free of contamination. Whether you are solidifying small amounts for the trash, filtering clean oil for another meal, or taking large batches to a recycling center, there is a safe method for every cooking situation. Consistent household habits maintain the health and safety of the broader community's sanitation systems. To manage your everyday household waste effectively, Red Oak Sanitation stands ready as a reliable partner. They provide dependable waste collection services that streamline the process of keeping your neighborhood clean and safe. Combine responsible personal disposal habits with professional sanitation support, and you ensure a protected home and a thriving environment.